our today's episode, we are going to review a book by the name Show Your Work by Austin Crayon. So this book generally gives us 10 tips on how we are supposed to share our creativity on the internet and get noticed. So if you're interested in that kind of video, let's get started. So these are the 10 tips that you can be able to share your creativity on the internet and get noticed and make money. So the first tip is know how to steal like an artist. So the internet is made up of, it's a copy machine. Wherever you upload something on the internet, somebody is going to copy it and perfect it according to their own voice or according to how they found inspiration in that video or in that work. So in this book, the first tip, it tries to tell us that we are supposed to know how to steal like an artist. To steal like an artist, you just don't steal from only one person. You steal from many creators, and then you combine all their work into one piece of your work, and you add credits to whenever you stole that work. So because not many of us are able to come up with the new ideas every day or every day, and we are not geniuses that we can be able to we can lock ourselves in a room and come up with a revolutionary new idea and try to perfect that idea and then share that idea to the world. So the book tells us not many of us are geniuses, so we should not try to behave like a genius. Instead, we behave like many other people, many other creators. Many other creators, they steal other people's work, add their voice, and combine whatever they stole. And when you steal from many people, that is what we call research. But when you steal from only one person, we call that big. Hiyo kizungu imenishi. I will like that name. So whenever you steal those ideas, you combine them, they become work. Then you find a community to share that work. And internet is a good community where you can find people who are interested in that kind of idea. Also, the book tells us we should strive to be amateurs, because amateurs, they love learning and they are not afraid to make mistakes. So always strive to make mistake by learning and never let somebody crucify you because you are an amateur. Also, amateur tries to learn many things and somehow they become good, even they become better more than the professionals. So that is the first tip on how to share your creativity and get noticed. And also I would recommend you read also the book Steal Like an Artist, also by Austin Crayon. You will understand this point further, how to steal like an artist. So we go to the second point. The second point on how to share your creativity and get noticed is think of the process, not the product. So like what he means by this statement, he says maybe if you are creating an application, let me give an example using myself. So I have been creating a mobile app, and some people may be interested in getting the final product, that is the app already on the Play Store, and just download the app. But some people may be interested in the process of getting the code, understanding how is my app, how do we deploy how do we publish an app on the Google Play Store, and understand what kind of technologies are used to make that app. So we can see when maybe I'm creating the app, we have two parts. One is the building process, and the other one is the finished product I have after I have built my app. So some people may be interested in the process, maybe they want to create the same app. But you as a creator, you can package the process of having an app idea up to publishing part, and document that process and share it as your work, because some people are interested in that. So whenever we are creating an art, a video, or anything, Austin tries to encourage us that we should always document the process where we are creating that thing, and share that process to the community, to your community, maybe on the internet. That is the second point on how to share your work, is think about the process, not only the product. Because when you share your tips on how you created your product, people are interested in that product, and people are always interested to know what are other people doing, and they are interested in those things. So we go to the point number 3, which is share something every day. So when you are creating, for this purpose I'm using a video, when you are creating a video, there are many processes that are involved. Maybe having an idea, and then going to script that video idea, shooting, editing, and also maybe creating a thumbnail, or also repurposing it to a short form video. So that is the whole process of creating a video. But maybe you can't finish the whole process in one go. But what we can do as creators, we can share the small bit every day. Maybe you share how you came up with the idea and how you are scripting that video idea. But he also tries to tell us that we only share things that are useful to another human beings, not just share maybe sky, dogs, or and trees. We should share maybe a tip, or we should share a gift to another person. The third tip on how to share your creativity and get noticed is share something every day. So in order to illustrate this point, I would like to remind you, I did a video on how to create a second brain, and the point on that video was, our brain is not for having ideas, our brain is not for storing ideas, but our brain is good for coming up with ideas. So we are supposed to have a second brain where we document all our ideas. Then we can go, whenever we want to share our work every day, we will go back to our second brain and find a good tip or a good idea that we are supposed to share online. And the good thing now, we have short format videos where you can test whether that idea is working, and whether it's not working, you will just learn, and you will learn from your mistake and try to build another video. So it's better to share something daily than never sharing at all. And to share every day, our ideas must not be perfect, because 90% of our ideas are not perfect, but we don't know which ideas are good, and we must test those ideas in order to know which ideas are better. So the best thing is to share something every day on the internet. And we go to the fourth tip. And the fourth tip on how to share your creativity and get noticed is open the book of curiosity. So people are interested in other people. Maybe you're interested to know what is my favorite movie, my favorite series, and in, when I share my favorite things on the internet, it tries to give you the kind of it gives you a picture on who am I, and what kind of things that inspires me, and what a kind of a person am I. The books tells us we should share our favorite things on the internet, and we should also share who inspired us to make that thing that we are sharing on the internet. So we go to the fifth tip on how to tell good on how to share your creativity and get noticed. The fifth tip is learn how to tell good stories. So stories are old as humanity, and in African society we used stories to be able to share our African values to our future generations. So story, even now they do exist, and the books tries to tell us we should be able to learn how to tell good stories, and each and every story have a beginning, a middle, and the end, and you should learn the ability to tell good stories. And I think how to tell good stories is supposed to be a full video on how we should tell good stories. When telling good stories, you must introduce the character. Tell us what is the one thing the character wants, and as the continuation of the story, introduce conflict, why the character can't find what he wants. Then the character is able to solve the problem that he has, and when he solves that problem, he become a changed person. So in that stages, you can be able to give a introduction, a middle, and an end of a story. So we go to the sixth tip on how to share your creativity and get noticed. And the sixth tip is teach what you know. Be, because we are inspired with many things, and we know we are an expert in one field, and what the books tells us, what you have learned and what you know deep in your heart, you can teach that to another person who does not know anything about that field. Maybe like my side, I know something about app development. I can create a YouTube channel and teach everything that I know about app development with Flutter. And so the books encourages us to learn and also to teach what we know. And the tip number 7 is don't overshare, or don't become a human spammer. Don't overshare your things. Don't overshare maybe what you are sharing is supposed to be a gift to someone, a tip on how to save time, a tip on how to cook maybe food in an efficient manner. Don't overshare about trees, about the dogs, rain. Always make a gift. Always make sure when you are sharing to share something that is a gift to one person, and it can solve a problem to that one person. And the tip number 8 and is you should learn how to defeat yourself on the internet, because negative comments will start appearing in your feed, maybe your videos, and you should learn how not to pay much attention to negative comments. So you can search for this book and learn about the 8th tip on how to get to share your creativity and get noticed. And tip number 9 is whenever you share your work, always learn how to monetize it. Maybe create a website with different digital products which people can download, or create your work such that people can hire you to create their work. Maybe from my previous example, if people see I created an app, they can come back to my YouTube. They can go to my YouTube and see how I created an app, and they can plan to hire me according to the videos that I have created of my work. So learn how to monetize is the 9th tip on how to share your creativity and get noticed. So we go to the 10th tip. So the 10th tip is know how to stick around, because the world is changing. I can give an example of a Kenyan musician who is called Nameless and Wahoo. So I have heard of Nameless since I was young person in the primary school, but I can see they have been able to stick around. When we did not have internet, they were still there, and now we have internet, social media, and they are still relevant in this game. So the book tells us you should learn how to survive in this world. Maybe have a website, where we can find you even if the social media collapse. So those were the 10 tips on how to share your creativity and get noticed according to the book Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. So if you have learned something from this video, drop a comment in the comment section. Also, watch this video. The YouTube algorithm thinks you will like it. So till next time, bye.